So most of my plants survived the move pretty well. This one was just wound up. I was surprised that it didn't break or anything. Um, I gave them all water today, so they probably feel a lot brighter. This one turned really quite a bright green. It's a lot brighter than when it's coming off on camera for some reason. But these little bits here were crushed during the move, so they're sort of just dangling there. They're not dead yet or dying exactly. They haven't turned brown like some of these other leaves, but they're still there. They're green, but they're in an awkward position because they broke. So I'm just leaving them there until they start looking worse for wear. I won't chop them. I don't like to chop things off. It's like, um, this one was getting sun damaged, being outside. Doesn't really like being outside. It likes being inside. I don't know why that has a leaf missing, but it probably broke off. I think that's it in there, so it probably just broke off. So that leaf has been damaged, but these got little baby leaves down here. So that's a birthday present that I got from one of my relatives, and this is just like my present that I got from my parent because they were buying themselves a really expensive little plant, and so they bought me this. I was supposed to choose between the $40 plant and this one, which was a $15 plant, but I didn't have to choose because they already knew that they wanted the $40 plant, which is a nice leafy elephant ear kind of plant. But this one's cute. It's got its own shape and stuff, but it's like a vine. It climbs, so all these things are going to climb taller and taller, and that's still lit from me watering it today. Anyway, yeah, it's just going to grow taller and taller, but that's cool. I rather like this plant. I'm sort of attached to it because it looks really quite interesting sitting there. And of course, I've got this little one, which is my air plant. It doesn't live in soil. You just feed it buckets of water every week. Must feed it like 2 or 3 times a week to keep its little leaves up. I normally just leave it until it looks like it's needing a drink, and then I put water in the dish. But virtually it needs water when it dries out, when it's sucked all the water down, so there's no water in the base, and then you realize that you should top it off. But it seemed to have liked to stay in the sun. It's out in the sun for a little while, so I am aware of that wind. Yesterday it was windy, tonight it was windy and cold, but I'm taking a look on my little weather reader, and I think this little upside down face, see comfort level in the middle there, so in a little upside down face. I think when there's like extreme weather, it turns into a little O face, like O with the lips. And of course, when it's nice and sunny, it's like got a smile. Um, so it's not we're not meeting a cyclone yet, but we could. Every time I think about it, I'm like getting the heebie-jeebies and thinking I wouldn't mind renting some place where it's warm, some place where it's not old and wretched like this door. Someplace new looking and relatively safe from storms. I only applied for one place recently. I should have applied for that townhouse when it was available and I had inspected it, but I didn't, and so I've only put in the one application, and I'm like going dull, dull, dull to everything. I just wish I had rented so many times, but it doesn't matter now. All that matters is I'm here thinking one of my relatives told my parent they're going on a special diet, And now my parent doesn't want to buy food, so I'm gonna have to say, hey, can I stock up I want to buy a few things for myself. I basically just want to buy some vegetarian meals, and I don't really like chicken or meat that much. I mean, sometimes I eat it, sometimes I don't, but they're trying to get me to eat stuff every day, and it's like the chicken tonight was just a bit tender. It was like, and I'm like thinking, I bet this chicken was like pretty fresh. So I think they kill their own chickens at the nearby supermarkets and put the fresher chickens on the shelf because, obviously there's a quality about real fresh chicken, not cooked from frozen and stuff, that people usually desire, but I don't desire chicken. I don't desire meat. I don't particularly like meat, so I was like, I only just managed 2 slivers. I totally wanted to throw up. I don't really like meat, so I want to buy anything vegetarian because I'm sick of eating, like, scoffing down meat. I mean, for a short time it's okay, but when it's takeaway, it's okay because takeaway has a way of being delicious, but not 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 like this, not like eating meat and you're like going. So yeah, I think the other person in the house is pretty inconsiderate to the fact that more than one person lives in this house, and I'm like thinking, I just want to get away from their ego because they're just talking to themselves, floating on their own little cloud, and they don't realize that other people don't want to live their little way. And so I'm just thinking today, oh, gee, I hope that I get that rental, but I probably won't because I haven't inspected the property. And so I've only just submitted an application. So I'm thinking since my application, my desired move-in date was like, I think this Monday or Sunday. Literally in a couple days' time. Oh, Sunday's tomorrow, so it must have been Monday. No, it's not this Monday. Next Monday, I think. Anyway, since that was my desired moving time, I really don't think that they're gonna be approving my application. And yeah, but I don't think it's real safe. I mean, I cannot go on little diets. I need lots of energy, lots of food to keep me warm because otherwise I start feeling like I want to move back to a place by myself so I can eat whatever I want without people thinking thoughts. Whoever I live with always thinks pretty caustic thoughts, and so I'm like going, I don't want to live this little way that you're going through. If you want to follow my other relatives' little trends and, only just stocking the fridge with just tiny bits of food is not really my thing. I cannot stand that because then I have nothing to eat when I'm hungry. So, um, I don't like just not having anything to eat because I rely on food quite heavily, and if I don't feel like I'm full, I start to, fall down, quite drastically. Um, and I don't like living not eating. I'm not the one who doesn't eat in the family. Well, everyone takes their little wing. So I'm just only just surviving. This is like my second day here, maybe my third. What's today? Sunday. It's my third day here, and I'm still rolling my eyes and going, oh geez, I wish I just get a rental and bloody move already, and then I can live however I want without people criticizing you and thinking poorly of you or what you want, or saying, negative things. It's like that's what I want. But then I'm spending heaps of money, which my jobs are usually short term. This job is supposed to be short term, but the one that I have, I mean, it's an excellent job. I love it. And I wish I could do it forever, but it's like a short term job. So, with the possibility of extension, and I'm like going, oh, I hope they extend me, because I just want to, I wouldn't mind working that kind of job forever. I don't care if it's like half pay. I can do it a lot, as long as I can do it all the time, as for as many hours. That's a one a day. I'm obviously going to do over the small amount and get into the large amounts of shifts, and then I'm like, then I would be like set. I can do what I want, because I'm totally like got lots of money coming in, and it's not the best pay in the world, but it's the best thing that I've ever grabbed my hands on. And if they allow me to keep it, I'll be like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm finally like got a lease for life. Don't have to live under someone's shoe anymore. Anyway,